Hey guys, man, you guys, I'm going to do my match review for Getafe 1, Barcelona 0. Like I said, guys, I had a lot of work to do today, so hence the reason why this match review is coming really late. So in the future, like I said before, guys, this can happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully this will be the last time it'll happen in the foreseeable future. Now let's go talk about this game. Getafe 1, Barcelona 0. Now, let me just say this right now and give all the credit to Getafe. Because even though I did not like how they played, even though I was very frustrated how they played, they basically defended very well, and they basically counterattacked. They were very physical, basically like the Burnley in the Premier League, basically. They got the result. They got a good win. They got a deserved win, and for the most part, they did their job. And there's one player in particular that I just couldn't stand whatsoever, and his name is Neom. And I'm sorry, man, this guy should have been sent off. He had so many fouls, he made so many tackles, and it was just so frustrating that he lasted the full 90 minutes. And you know what's even more strange about this is that he earned 2 yellow cards in this game, yet he still was on the pitch after he even got the second yellow. That to me is very suspect. And also, let me just want to say this right now: this refereeing today was absolutely garbage. I'm sorry. This refereeing was absolutely against Barcelona. There were so many shouts for a penalty for Barcelona that should have been given. There were a lot of tackles. There's more yellow cards should have been given Getafe. And I don't know how the Barcelona got 3 yellow cards and Getafe got 4, because I'll be honest, I think Getafe probably deserved more yellow cards on the day. That said, overall, though, let's forget about the referees and get back straight to the game. Let me just be completely honest right now and say this right now. I was very disappointed in how we ended the game. The first half looked very promising. When Ronald Koeman selected his lineup, I was pretty shocked. Dembele was included, Pedri was included. That was the big surprises, the 2 big surprises. And it was interesting that I felt like on the day this team looked great in the first half. They were making some they were showing some promises that we were trying to get forward. And I think the biggest the damage in that first half was that miss that Griezmann had. That one-on-one chance he had with the goalkeeper. And somehow, he manages to make the shot to send it wide. And once again, I'm very sorry for that monitor issue. And my monitor keeps doing that all the time. So I'll, of course, try to... so please bear with it, guys. So, like I said, I know that. Anyways, we'll get back to this. So basically what I'm trying to say right now is that that Griezmann, he had that chance. He was one-on-one. It was a great pass from Pedri, and he skied it. And the worst part about it is that it didn't even, keeper didn't even have to work. Keeper didn't even have to save it. It didn't even hit the target. It went wide. And I'm like, oh, God. Griezmann, man, you play in your striker position. You said earlier in the week that Dieter Deschamps is playing your right position, and all of a sudden you do that. I know it was your weaker position, but come on, man. You should at least make it at least a decent shot. It was so bad of a shot, honestly. And I'm getting to the point now that even though I love Griezmann, I think Griezmann's a great player. He is a World Cup winner after all. I'm starting to get the point that we need to start using Braithwaite in that striker position. And basically what I want is that Braithwaite be in that striker position. And then until Griezmann works on his clinical finishing, then I think we need to do that. So I want to see Braithwaite as the starting player from now on. And if he can score a goal, keep him on. If he can't score, then we can bring on Griezmann. And if Griezmann scores, then we can have Griezmann as that striker. Because like I said right now, it's kind of unfair that Griezmann is starting despite the fact that he hasn't really contributed whatsoever in goals and assists. And it's so unfair on Coutinho's part, Fati's part, Braithwaite, and Trincao. As far as impactful players on the day were concerned, I thought Pedri was the best player on the day. He was amazing. He was making those runs. I was really impressed with this kid. And this kid has got a bright future. This kid is a bright future. I think he did very well in Coutinho's position. Unfortunately, he couldn't really get an assist or a goal in the day. And I thought he was one of the few bright spots in the day. And I felt Serginho Dest was also very impactful today. He was defensively very solid. And I thought he was really good for the most part. And so, yeah. Now let's get to talk about Ousmane Dembele real quick. I want to discuss about Ousmane Dembele. Let's not get too harsh with Ousmane Dembele. This is his first competitive start since November 27th in 2019. And you guys remember, I think he faced Borussia Dortmund, his former team, and he got an injury. So we haven't seen him for a long time now in competitive action, at least start. And I really think we have to be honest. And I thought Dembele on the day was pretty good. You know, yes, I thought he was okay. Okay, yes, his decision making was probably awful. I didn't think he made the right decisions, like make a pass. He got dispossessed so many times. Um, I just thought Dembele, he tried his best to be involved. I just felt like he overdid it. I felt like he overdid it. He overcommitted, and that's the reason why he was making those mistakes. That's the reason why he didn't really have good decision making. And like I said before, guys, we have to be patient. Like I said, he is still very young. He is, I believe, 24 years old, if I'm not mistaken, or 23, something like that. So he still has got a long-term future here in this club. And it's good to see that he's not. It's good to see that he's getting back on the right track. Because like I said before, guys, the big thing with me with Dembele is that he was always a great player. It's just he always kept getting injured more often than not. All right. So yeah, like I said before, guys, I was very impressed with the team overall today. And then, like I said, the second half we were just not great. Second half, Barcelona seemed like they regressed. They didn't play well whatsoever. And so yeah, that's my big. That's basically the summary of the match. Now let's go look at stats real quick. As you can see right here, these stats look awful, man. I mean, one shot on target. I mean, kidding me, man. 73% possession, 617 passes, 86% pass. Actually, I understand the foul stat is very difficult, even still, man. I mean, yeah, very disappointing, man. Very disappointing indeed. Not a great result whatsoever, and I'm devastated, man. I'm devastated. Like I said before, guys, I don't think this result is that bad. Like I said, in the grand scheme of things, Real Madrid did lose today, and Sevilla, of course, they also lost today too. Atletico Madrid were the only team for the top four to win today, so props to them. I think this is what came down to more was the fact that the timing of this game was probably the worst part. The fact that this was the game right after the international break, I think it skewed our performance in some regard. I don't want to use that as a complete excuse whatsoever. Like I said before, guys, I do think it is tough to play games after the international break because you're not really match fit whatsoever. So, like I said before, this is the next game we have is El Clasico. That's going to be very interesting against Real Madrid. I'm going to preview that game. We're going to have a lot to discuss about on the Gazette. It's going to be very interesting indeed. I'm going to maybe do combined 11s. We'll do maybe we could do, I don't know what else we'll do. We're going to do a lot of stuff at El Clasico. Let me just say that right now. And so, yeah, like I said, guys, like I said, Getafe, even though I didn't really like how they played, they deserved the win. And so my big takeaways from this game are that, first of all, number one, is that Serginho Dest looked really good. Despite the fact he played out of position, he still looked really good, and I'm really keen to see how he plays at right back. My second big takeaway from this game is that Griezmann, I don't know. Second big takeaway is that Griezmann's future is still uncertain. Because before this match began, I was hoping that Griezmann would perform in that striker position. And even still, he didn't perform. So I'm not sure what his future is with Barcelona. I'm not even sure if he's going to be given the chance. I'm not even sure if Barcelona are thinking about selling him in the January transfer window. And like I said before, guys, his future with this club is very uncertain. And finally, my third takeaway is that we cannot blame Ronald Koeman for this game. We cannot. I don't think it's fair to blame Ronald Koeman for this loss. I don't think it's fair on his regard. Maybe he could have after that penalty was scored by Jamie Mata, potentially we could have maybe had a better game plan. Like I said, I do think the physicality was very difficult for us. And I'm starting to notice that when Barcelona plays against these teams that are very physical, more often than not, Barcelona do end up losing. We can look at this Champions League for Champions League losses like Roma, Liverpool, Bayern Munich. All three those teams were very physical against us. Getafe as well. Even Atletico Madrid, they caused us problems. And so we have to address this for the most part. And I think in La Liga we're probably okay. Like, as far as the title race is concerned, I don't think it'll be a huge issue. Like I said, many teams I don't think in La Liga are that physical compared to Getafe. However, if we want to win the Champions League, we have to address something now. Because like I said before, guys, we're going to see teams that are going to be very physical in the Champions League like this. And even some other underrated teams, like, for example, Lyon. I saw what they did against Manchester City. They outpressed, outpaced. Physically, the physicality was way more Lyon's team than Manchester City. So Like I said before, guys, it is just um Getafe after all, so I don't think it's that huge of a concern. And yes, I did say our record against Getafe was pretty good. And so, like I said, guys, I don't know, man. This was kind of a frustrating game to watch in some regard, and so yeah. Let me know what you guys think about in the comments below. Do you guys think this is a one-off game? Do you guys think are you guys do you who would you like to see start in El Clasico? And so yeah, I hope you guys. Let me know what you guys think below in the comments below. Peace out, and remember to comment, like, and subscribe.